Hello my little creators, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be showing you my fan art slash reimagining of the new She-Ra Reboot. Let's get started. In case you guys haven't heard, there's a reboot of She-Ra coming to Netflix later this year, and it has already sparked some controversy, which is something I'm not gonna go into since this is not the type of channel. However, ever since the promo art was released, I actually been wanting to do a fan art of the character, but I decided that I would give it my personal artist touch and change a few things about her design, give it a more princess warrior look, and rather than having just a copy and paste type of fan art. So I decided to have a draw this in your style type of approach. I guess you can call it that if you want to. So one of the things that you're gonna see me first doing is coming out with some poses for the character in one of my sketchbooks, and I'm trying to see which pose would look best for the final piece, as well as warming up a bit. Now, I did download 2 of the promo arts of She-Ra for reference, and I'm talking about the reboot, not the old cartoon, and I'll be putting them in this video whenever I'm referring to them, so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Now, in all honesty, I'm not a big fan of her knee design. It feels a little bit bland, and while in the beginning I was going to redesign all of her clothes from the ground up, I felt like she would end up not looking even remotely close to the reboot look, which is something that I don't want to discard completely. So while I did in the beginning draw an entire new outfit, I had to dial it back because we're talking about a cartoon design here. And while in mangas and comic books or even graphic novels, you would get away with elaborate clothing for your characters, in cartoon the designs have to be simple and fluid for animation cost. Now, at first glance, with one of the promo arts, you can see how much her battle attire looks to the Revolutionary Utena girl prince clothes, and I can see where the creator or the artist took their inspiration from. But we are talking about a warrior in the case of She-Ra, and I feel like her shirts will leave way too much of an exposed skin. Now, a dress wouldn't be any better for fighting in, but the whole half skirt and shirts don't fit much with Princess Warrior's theme either. There is a second promo art where She-Ra is seen wearing some sort of red pants, and I really like that concept a lot, so I decided to incorporate that into my design. Now I'm trying to be a bit realistic with my design here. I'm trying to give her much less exposure of her skin as possible, making her body and making her feel like she's more protective, not prone to any bruises or scrapings, anything of that. So in the end I went with a skirt, but my thought process for this was that if I could give her like a lot of ruffles and fabric under the skirt, it would just be so tight in there that it would be very, very little risk of like the viewers seeing her panties, especially if she's going to have any like flashy fighting scenes. All these ruffles are going to make it really hard for the skirt to just flare away from her hips, pelvis, area. Uh, Now, once you get past the similarities between her design and Utena's clothes, you can see a little bit of a Viking woman warrior deal going on with it. So I went on Google and I looked up some chest plates for women armor. And I have to admit that at first I thought that her entire outfit was made of fabric, except for her hand bracelets armor. I'm not entirely sure the how do you call the parts of armor, so forgive me here. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I didn't realize that she actually has chest armor. And this was because it didn't really have any dimension to it, and I honestly thought she was really that flat chested. So basically for her chest piece, I didn't change much other than to just give it a little bit of dimension to the chest plate. That way she actually looks like she has boobs underneath, but they're just like really well protected, which is something we want, okay? We don't want her getting stabbed in the middle of her chest. I also added this sort of like neck plate to the chest piece just for fun, just for the hell of it, I thought it looked pleasing. Something I'm definitely left out was the shoulder pads. I don't like them. They just remind me of one of those 90s shoulder pads in the woman's clothing, and they just like, I don't think they don't feel like they actually benefit her like at all. And lastly, I gave her a more thicker, sturdy tiara, and I also changed her boot. I didn't like the boots either. I can see that they were trying to do some sort of fairy-like kind of boots, like trying to put maybe gold ornaments to it, but it just quite didn't pull it out. I didn't like the boots. They just they didn't go with the outfit in general. It didn't look like it was connected to it. Her hair, oh my god, her hair was a major problem for me. I was looking at all the promo art, and just the way her hair is, it doesn't feel very normal, natural. I don't know what is going on with it. It just looks like a big cloud that follows her in the back, like it has no definition of hair. So there I really did try my best to be able to like emulate, and you're gonna see the final design that I came out with, but I did change the hair a little bit for the final piece. Also, something I decided to do was to show her strength and her power by enlarging the sore rather than keeping her biceps that big. We're talking like about a preteen child here. At least that's what she looks like. I'm not sure the age she's supposed to be in this reboot. So, but she looks very young. I'm thinking about maybe 8 to 12 years old. So, I don't feel like her biceps should be that toned out. Even if we're talking about magic. Again, I'm trying to keep something realistic here. I feel like she shouldn't. It almost feels like she shouldn't be by the power or whatever. And now I have biceps like Zarya from Overwatch, which is something Zarya, she's a bodybuilder. She's been building those muscles for a long time, while Shira hasn't. So I know what you're thinking. It's a cartoon. Your character can look whatever you want it to look. If you wanted to have blue eyelashes, you can go with blue eyelashes, and I understand that 100% completely. But you have to keep some things realistic to your character, or otherwise people are gonna wonder which graves you have to go in and which body parts you have to rub in order to make a Frankenstein of a character. So you need to keep some things realistic to the character so that the viewer can identify with them. Let me see what else. So once I'm done with all of that, I kept the colors of her clothing the same as the Reboot. I didn't change the colors and tried to incorporate them into my design of the clothes. And then after I had chose the pose that I like, I did the final in a copy paper. I inked it, and then I went to my window to pass it onto the watercolor paper, where I proceeded to watercolor. The background, I was really confused as to what background I wanted to give her, because I didn't want it to be a very colorful background, but at the same time I didn't want it to just be one single color. So I hope in the end you guys like it, because I kind of did like a half and half of it, at least I think, in my opinion. Let's see. I mean, in the end, I was really happy with what I could accomplish. However, this doesn't mean that I'm throwing any shade at the original She-Ra artist. I'm not a professional here. But I believe they just kind of hesitated in showing something for the show, you know? The promo art does feel unfinished and kind of rushed. And while I'm not 100% sure here, I'm kind of a little bit confident that I don't think the promo art necessarily shows how the finished cartoon, the finished product is gonna end up looking like. I also didn't grow up with the original She-Ra, the 80s cartoon. I have seen episodes of the cartoon, and actually this is really funny, but when I was doing a little bit of research into learning more about the original show, I was kind of stunned to learn that She-Ra was supposed to be 16 years old, because she did not look 16. She actually, to me, when I was watching the show, she looked like a copy of Wonder Woman, but more towards girls rather than superheroes, which is commonly known for, you know, boys. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the reboot, it feels like it's an introduction to She-Ra to little kids, to a younger audience, which is kind of a shame, because it would have been really nice. Well, I'm still not 100% sure how the show is going to be, but it would be real nice if they had made a reboot where the old fans, as well as maybe their children, you know, could sit down to watch it together. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm way past my 20s here, and I don't think I'll be watching much of the show when it finally comes out later this year in Netflix. I like the concept and I like the characters, but I don't feel like the show exactly speaks to me. We'll just have to see. But I do honestly want to congratulate everyone who worked on the reboot, because I mean, they deserve it. It's not easy to bring something who has such a huge, big base, rework it and then bring it back to younger audience. There's always some things that you're gonna have to cut out, then you're gonna have to change, and not everybody's gonna be happy with that. I guess we can learn that we are never gonna agree as humans. So yeah, I do hope that the show finds good fans with the kids or whoever ends up watching it. And yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I really was excited about doing this project. It felt right, and I'm glad I did do it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it too as well. And of course, like always, for these videos question, if you guys could reboot any cartoon or character, which one would you guys reboot, you know? So again, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, please don't forget me to pick up a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel, as well as leaving me your lovely comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.